A warm welcome to A Nurse's Lift to Work with Tina and Kate, coaching podcast by two healthcare professionals. We are friends, we are nurses, master NLP coaches, hypnotherapists, parents and business owners. We are busy people juggling many things just like you.
You are in for a treat. We will chat about informal coaching tips, coping strategies, and how to effectively change your mindset and have some fun along the way. So, hop on board with us for A Nurse's Lift to Work.
Hello, this is A Nurse's Lift to Work, and I am Tina.
And I'm Kate. Hello, everybody.
Yes, hello, everybody. Well, this episode is quite exciting for Kate and I because I am going to ask Kate lots of questions about her new membership group, which is currently live. So Kate is going to tell us all about it. So, Kate,
Yes.
Start me off by telling us what it is called and how people can access it.
I get very excited about this and I make no apologies for my enthusiasm. So, the membership is for nurses and is called the Nursing Inner Circle. Now, this is for anybody. So it's aimed at newly qualified nurses, but actually it's relevant to every nurse out there. And it is a safe place where you get to learn all of the things that they never really told you at uni. Things like how to manage your time and plan effectively. Loads of different stuff. So I'm going to start at the beginning. Tina. I'm sorry, everyone, because it's all about me today. Not me, the membership. So in the membership, it is a place where you can go and you can learn in your own time, at your own pace, when you need to. So every week there is a mindset. We have Mindset Monday, which is mostly done live. So all of those things where you really kind of all the things that we talk about on here, really, on how to get yourself in the right frame of mind, how to overcome things, how to think flexibly, and making it applicable to your working day. These sessions are short and sharp and sweet. 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Just a great listen on the way to work.
And
We've
why
also
wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you, if you're sitting listening to this and you're thinking, oh, I have imposter syndrome, or sometimes I feel like there's too much going on and I feel a bit overwhelmed, want to engage in something that so quickly could be resourceful for you? It just sounds so good.
I am really excited about it. Once a month, we have mentoring. So this will be an hour session where it's live. It's all done on Zoom, where you come on and anything. Do you know what? Anything. Anything where you're feeling a bit, oh God, this has just happened. What do I do?
So you could come on and say, I made a medicines error this week and I'm feeling a bit freaked out by it, and you chat
Yep,
about that. Or you
yep,
could come on and
absolutely.
say, I have a choice between two jobs. One's in surgery, one's in a nursing home. I don't know what to
Yep,
choose.
yep. And even things like, how do I balance my time doing shift work and a small family?
Yeah.
It can be, it's whatever is bothering you and keeping you up at night. So we do that once a month, and that's available to anyone. And if you just want to come and listen, then just come and listen, because it might be actually there's something on there that's relevant to you as well. We've also got downloadable audios. So 2-minute motivations. We've got a little bit of 2-minute timeouts. These are ones that you can listen to at work. So if you've had enough and you're like, oh my God, it's all getting a bit much, take yourself off to the toilet, 2 minutes. We do a bit of mindfulness, a bit of breathing, centering, balance, just to get you
In a good
ready
place, yeah.
and in a
better
good place.
Mm.
And it does not take long to do that. Hypnotherapies are in there as well, relaxation on different stuff. So all of the topics that we cover, we'll have a hypnotherapy audio to listen to. Don't listen to those on the way to and or from work though, please. No.
Make you too sleepy.
Yeah. The motivation ones, absolutely, they are my favourite and I love them very much because you're like, "Rah!" right up and ready for it. And then we've also got monthly experts. So every month, somebody will come in with a topic and tell you all about it.
Mm.
I love it. And there's more, Tina. I know, right? You're going, what? There's more? Yes, people, there is more. Why? Because it matters. It matters that you get whatever it is that you need to survive and thrive in this job. Because I'm not going to lie, it can be really challenging and it can be really hard. But if you've got the right resources, if you've got the the right mindset, you can smash it. This is why Tina and I do the podcast, because we know that this stuff helps. We've lived it. You know, we like between us, I don't even want to know how many years experience. We know what's needed, and that's why you're getting it. So, what else do you get?
Well, what else do you get, Kate?
What else do you get? So, in there as well are a series of programs, different programs that get uploaded at different times. So the longer, the longer the membership goes on, obviously, the more programs there will be. But they're split into 3 distinct sections. The first section is all about balance, finding your feet, getting yourself back to that equilibrium. So what's keeping you off kilter at the minute? Are you overwhelmed with work? Are you stressed? Are you finding it difficult to balance your home and your family life? Whatever it is that's keeping you from being the best version of you, that's in the balance. Then we have got the next section, which is thrive. This is everything that you need to thrive in your workplace. Simple things from what is annual leave? How do you use it? How does it work? To what to do if you have recurrent sickness, how to work with a chronic illness, how to manage somebody with a chronic illness. Because remember, this membership is for anybody and everybody. And at some point, you guys right here are going to be leaders in your space. So anything that's work related, how to deal with a micromanager, what to do with imposter syndrome, how to think flexibly, anything involved with work goes in that middle, thrive. And then, because I'm a giver, aren't I? I'm very much a giver. The final section is called growth. And in growth is everything that you could possibly need to take that next step up the ladder. So my lovely Tina is nodding. She knows all about this because she's going to boss this bit.
What I
tell them,
really
Tina.
like about this combination of things is that you qualify and you go and work for someone else usually, and they often have a range of things that you can avail yourself of. You can kind of help yourself to be a better practitioner, stay up to date. But often they don't weave in these 3 different aspects really in the same way. So I really like that about it. And I think sometimes, excuse me, you might want to stay in the same thing, same job, but you still want to grow and thrive if you're balanced. You can be the best band 5 ever for the whole of your life if you love it. But the difference is loving it now and loving it in 5 years' time and loving it in 10 years' time for different reasons. And that's why this is really important for all sorts of people, regardless of how they see their career journey. And also, yeah, you know, there will be people listening in thinking, oh, actually, I do see myself as a nurse leader, but not today, but in the future. But, you know, growing towards that, I think, having done this myself in my own career, you have to take a little bit of control of that yourself. So you're not likely to get everything from your employer. You'll get some things from your professional organisation if you've joined one. You might be a member of a union or a professional organisation, but you will not get this kind of package. And I think it does sit in a gap for nurses, Kate. And the first time you mentioned it to me, I got equally like, oh my God, that's fantastic. And however of all of this though is that you're going to need to invest in it, guys. So you're listening to this and it won't be for free like the podcast. There will be an investment that you'll have to make for it, like a subscription. But if you think of the things that we subscribe to that we hardly use, you know, all the time, I would really encourage you to consider that this is an investment in yourself. And just being better at home after a shift because of something that's in this program and enjoying your days off more, that'll be worth it.
Yeah.
You know, just the whole way you're going to feel different and more resourceful.
Well,
That's
everything.
going to be so helpful.
Yeah, and the thing is, Tina, everything that's in here, and I mean everything, is it's all of the things I wish I'd had and I'd had access to. Because when I had my breakdown, I'm sure you all know by now that I did have a breakdown, and it was a thing. It was quite spectacular, but not in a great way. If I'd known what I know now, it wouldn't have happened. I know it wouldn't have happened. I was overwhelmed. I didn't like nursing, and obviously that was my career. And I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. It was just toxic. And I was doing my dissertation on top of, and I'd got a small family, and this and that and the other, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So the anxiety grew. With the anxiety came the depression. And I know it wouldn't have happened. So I did what any sane person would do and went for a promotion in an area that I hadn't worked in since I was a student, because that's a sensible decision. And then I got no help.
No, it isn't.
No, people, don't do that. It was stupid. It was stupid. But then the support that you get as you advance higher up the ladder seems to get less and less, and you have to work it out for yourself, or you know people who are willing to support you. Now, my peers, my fellow band sevens, amazing bunch of people, incredible. Perhaps not the next level up. And nobody tells you how to do stuff. Nobody takes you to one side and goes, this is a great thing to do. Do this. And I want you to have that. I want you to feel that you've got the support and the knowledge to be able to go, this is how to have a difficult conversation with somebody. Oh, this is how to do an effective presentation. This is how to speak to the executive team, because I know what they're looking for. You don't get that. How often are you out there, or, you start a new job and you go, oh God, nobody told me this.
And it does get more difficult as time goes on. And I know that there can sometimes be a viewpoint of folks when they're more junior saying the management do this and the management don't understand it. Maybe they don't where you work, but the management were once you. And you might one day be the management. So as we grow as nurses, as we flourish, then surely we should be helping each other. Not everyone will want to lead a whole team. I was a director of nursing. I was a deputy CEO. Once I got to that level, there were very few people in whom I could trust and be vulnerable. And I could say, I'm not absolutely sure this is the right thing to do. I'm going with my gut. I'm going with my internal ethics. I think this is right.
Yeah.
It's really tough, and you hold all the responsibility. Remember that when we're being critical of the management, they've got all the responsibility, for lots of things, and that can feel like big. But a bit like yourself, Kate, I came across the course, but also I think I'd done some of my own background learning about the things that we enjoy, like NLP and stuff. And I did 5 years before I retired, so not for most of my career. I thought, this is how you manage it. This is how you are resourceful. This is how you switch off from it. This is how you enjoy your days off. This is how you have all that responsibility, but you somehow manage to be okay about it.
Yeah.
And that took me a long time, but crikey, if I could go back in a time machine to myself at the beginning of my career and go, this is what you need now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much easier? And there were times that I was physically ill because I was overworking or the stress was appearing in some way in my life. And you don't want that for each other, do you, as nurses,
No.
and in the family of nursing. So it feels so right and proper that there's going to be something out there for everybody.
Yeah. The thing is as well is in the majority, if not all organizations, there will be an element of wellness and well-being, and that is amazing. If you need it, access it, absolutely. But for me, it kind of feels a little bit like locking the barn door after the horse has bolted. We can teach them mindfulness, and they do wonderful and amazing things once you're already broken.
Yeah.
But
Or
what
the terminology that's being used a lot, and I've seen some good debates in nursing conversations about this, is resilience. We need resilience.
No, we need resourcefulness, Tina. I say that because we've had this conversation a lot.
Yeah. Because what does resilience mean? It means you're like Teflon coated, things can bounce off you. No one is going to be able to be Teflon coated unless you really stop caring. Behind the Teflon, you're going to stop caring. You're going to turn off your compassion a little bit so you can survive. That's what's going to happen. There's lots of evidence about that. And that's kind of what leads many people down the road of burnout, because it just feels so wrong. But it's survival. So resilience is a bit of that, I guess. But resourcefulness is better than resilience, because it allows you to still be in the thick of it when it's not easy, because it isn't. Yeah. That's the reality of it. Some days are grand, some days are tricky.
Yeah, but the key, the key is, even on those tricky days, you still know how to handle them without the overwhelm, without the feeling of, oh God, I'm not good enough, or second guessing yourself, because you have the resources there and you know how to deal with it. And the great thing is when you join the membership and you learn the things that you learn, as with the podcast and as with the preceptorship group that I've got, is you share it. This knowledge is for sharing. You use it with other people, you use it with the children, so it goes out like a wave, like a ripple effect. Imagine how much changes because you do this.
It's just,
I
can
really
see the
excited.
impact of my family life. No, I know. And of course we are strong advocates for this, because we have had the different life experiences as a result. And I think that is the key. It is about your nursing work, but it's not exclusively about your nursing work. And when the whole of you feels more resourceful, it's just better.
Yeah, and I think that's, I said, I think, I know. When I've said, I think, the answer is always, I know, that's what I should say instead, is I know I'm passionate about it because I know it works and I know it's amazing and I know that thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people will be benefited by it because what let's just say one person joins, but it's not just that, it's one person and their family and the patients that they look after and the colleagues that they work with and ultimately the organisation that they're part of and the wider community. Think about it. Think about how many lives are improved because of this. I don't know why this hasn't been done before. Genuinely, I don't.
Yeah. I think it's one of those scenarios, isn't it, where everybody thinks someone else is doing it. And it's like going out foraging for berries and you've put everything in the basket, like all the things are there in one place. And that's what I think is different. So I'm really hoping, listeners, that you find your way to it, explore it, see what you think, give us any feedback. Kate would love to hear that. In a minute, she's going to tell you exactly where to access it all and information about it before you make that kind of commitment that we know would be really good for you, but you need to come to that conclusion yourself. And I guess so in a moment I'm going to ask you that, Kate, but the other thing I wanted to say was, if this had existed when I was a director and I had a number of nurses in my team, I would have tried to find a way to afford it as part of their benefits package, because it's beneficial to me. So if I would have done that when I'd have been a director. I would have really tried to see if I could afford it in some way, to have a subscription for the whole of the workforce so that they could avail themselves of it as part of their job role. So there would be private and charitable organisations out there who might be listening to this, and you might like to give that some thought, really.
Yeah, it's with it, and obviously I've thought about this a lot because I am still nursing and I completely understand. I'm here, I am with you all, and I get it. What's the cost of doing nothing?
Well,
So
you see, that whole concept, is the invest to save. So you invest in yourself to save the fact that you might not function very well, or you might break a little bit in the future if you don't find your way to being more resourceful. And on an organizational level, will I be dealing with more sickness? Will I be dealing with more people leaving who say nursing is not for them? Will I be dealing with more complaints because frazzled nurses have said and done something they wouldn't have done if they'd have been more resourceful, etc.? They're all truths.
I am laughing because a lot of the time it was me
You being in
the office and look. Oh, I don't know if Donna listens to this or not, but Donna, I'm really sorry. My band 7, as was at the time, she'd look at me and she'd go, Kate.
Yes, I know. Because when you're not your most resourceful, it pings out of you anyway, in a different way. So there could be people listening to this who are thinking, I can be a bit like angry at work and lose my rag with the management or whatever. And maybe there's another way.
It's obviously I am 1,000,000%. I'm 1,000,000% biased. I genuinely think everybody needs this. And because I think everybody needs this, it is affordable for the majority of people because I believe that it should be available. And the great thing about it is everything that's on there is in bite-sized pieces. So the point is that, yes, it's affordable. Yes, you can do it in your own time. I know how precious your time is. Yes, it's in bite-sized pieces, so you don't have to do it all in one go. you can do a bit, come back, do a bit more, and come back. And there's even bits that you can do at work when you need them. So all it takes is 5 minutes and you can get yourself back on track. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want that? And
So
if you're
guys,
and if you're standing, you know, if you're there and going, oh, it's not for me, maybe it's not for you yet. But there is something for everybody. And I don't care whether you are newly qualified, a student, or 30 years into your career, there is something for everybody. And I genuinely mean that.
So where do they find the information, Kate? Where should people go? We'll obviously pop something in the show notes.
Yep. So we'll put a link in the show notes. If you are in the Preceptorship for Nurses Facebook group, there is information there, and the rest of the stuff can be found on the link. And we'll put it on there, and all of the information that you need is there. If you have any questions, then please just drop us a message. Tina knows this program almost as intimately as I do because I talk to her about it all the time.
And also, of course, Kate Title Coaching, you know, you can message Kate through her website, and I'm sure if you've got more, you know, questions, then you'd be really happy to answer them, wouldn't you, Kate?
Yep, absolutely. And I look forward to it. And I look forward to you seeing on the inside.
Oh, fantastic. So Kate and I have been talking today. This has been a Nurses Live to Work, and we've been talking about the nursing in a circle. And I've been Tina.
And I'm a very passionate Kate.
You've been listening to A Nurses Live to Work with Kate and Tina. Please remember, this is not a replacement for medical treatment or help, so do seek assistance if you need to.
Thank you for joining us. Please do like, subscribe, give us stars, like and share with your friends and colleagues. All the good things.